At this point, we've come to agree that Rebecca Yarros writes the best military romance. I recently read In the Likely Events by Rebecca Yarros, and oh my goodness, this book was so heavenly. This book basically starts off with Izzy and Nate boarding a plane, and in this plane, they actually find out that they are seatmates. I think Nate was sitting in Izzy's seat or so, but then, anyways, they were seatmates. During the flight, they start having little conversations. So that is when Nate finds out that Izzy, the 18-year-old, is a college student, and Nate, who is 19, was preparing to join the army. But then, at some point in the course of this flight, the plane crashes. It crashes into a river. But Izzy, being on the swim team, was able to swim to shore together with Nate after they've helped a couple of persons. But then at some point she slumps. Then paramedics comes, takes them to the hospital. Nate lies that he's Izzy's husband in order to be allowed to join the ambulance to take Izzy to the hospital where she got operated on. So from the hospital, Nate went back, boarded another flight immediately to go to the army. 3 years later, Nate meets Izzy again in a club, and that is how this beautiful friendship blossoms between them. So in this book, this is basically a romance story where we wonder what if. That was basically what Izzy was to Nate. What if we gave it a chance? What if we tried to see how this relationship thing works out? Because at some point they loved each other, but then they felt like they keep on meeting at the wrong time. It wasn't like their time, with Izzy now a law student and then at some point became a lawyer, and Nate now in the special forces in the army. At some point they'll meet for a weekend vacation and summer vacation trips and all that. So this book was basically going back and forth in the past and the present with the trips they took in the past, what happened between them, what transpired between them. I think one of Nate's biggest fear was that what if he dies in this war? This book basically centered on him and Izzy wondering, what if we give this a real shot, a real chance, and actually sees if this relationship will work and blossom. I really loved this book. This book was gentle, soft, therapeutic, also soothing, with a lot of things still happening at the same time and a war going on. I really loved it. It was so beautiful. And I would highly recommend. And don't worry, if you're looking for a story that has a happy ending, I don't know, you should read it and find out if you finally get that happy ending that you always want. That was basically how I felt while reading this book.